Red-crowned crane, the symbolic bird, reduced to a population of over a dozen. Red-crowned crane became endangered as a result of indiscriminate huntings. Thanks to the conservation efforts of neighboring residents, however, the population has increased, and the red-crowned crane was designed as a special natural monument in 1952. Currently, approximately 1,800 red crane and cranes live on East Hokkaido through the year. The largest bird in Japan, red crane and cranes are regarded as a bird of love since once they have found a mate, they remain unimpaired for the rest of their lives and cooperated on bringing up their offsprings. In a culture where being social and active is valued above all else, being an introvert can feel stifling and even embarrassing. It means that as a society, we needed to balance the two better. We need both, right? The positive and the negative. This is especially important to terms of creativity and productivity. When psychologists studied the lives of extremely creative people, they found that while they excelled at exchanging and developing ideas, they also had a very strong introverted side. This is because solitude is often a key element of creativity. I am introverted. I'm rather depressed. I'm not much fun, and I just don't like people. I'd rather eat alone. Nearby, there are plenty of trees, sit on the bench, and eat my lunch by myself. Dining with a group of people you don't know is awesome. But if you want to feel completely drained and of energy by the end of it, and if you want to potentially deal with the full "why are you so shy" conversations, and you having to just play it off like you haven't been asked the same exact questions throughout your entire life. When what you really want to say is, "I'm not shy, I just don't find it much interested in this particular small talky conversation." I mean, we've already established that the weather sucks today, and I nodded. So I guess you could say I was part of the conversation. I commuted to the city. I liked having the time to myself to gather my thoughts, reflected on what to come to find the inspiration to just be. It's not just the train ride. There is a music playing on the background. Everything is on slow motion. Everyone has a character. There is a story at least in my head. That's why commuting together. Just don't ask. It's not that I don't like you or that I'm being rude. It's just that time is important to me. I like to engage in activities and don't require too much socializing. Think painting class, calligraphy, museum, I work in the park, going on a boat, that kind of stuff. I like slowing down in this fast-paced world, either with anyone or by myself. From being around people for a long period of time, it becomes overstimulating. But I won't let you stay. You don't have to come with me. I understand that this is what you need to feel energized, to feel alive. But if you choose to go with me, you will leave me to unwind, to read my book in peace, because you understand that that's what I need to feel energized to feel alive. This is not to say, of course, that should stop the collaborating at all. On the other hand, solitude is also important, and for some people, it is like the air they breathe. In fact, we have known the transcendent power of solitude for centuries. It is only recently that we have come to forget it. If you look at the major religions of the world, in everyone you will find a seeker. Moses, Jews, Buddhists, Muhammad. The seeker one is all alone in the wilderness and has a manifestation of a revelation. Then he brings it back to the community where everyone else is. So there's no liberation without the wilderness. When you are in a group, you subconsciously mimic the opinions of the others. Even something as seemingly personal and intuitive as what people find attractive will conform to the views of those around us without our being aware of that. Groups are subjected to the opinions of the dominant or charismatic persons in the room. There is no correlation between being good speakers and having good ideas. Maybe they follow the person with the best idea. Maybe they don't. But can we really leave it up to luck? It is much better for everyone to be alone and come up with their own ideas away from the influence of the group, than get together and discuss them and well control the environment. Let's not be stupid enough to constantly work in groups. Please, just to be clear, I think in the workplace we should encourage interaction through the chat, like on an informal cafe, the kind of interaction where people meet and exchange ideas in an accentual way. This is great for introverts and extroverts alike, but we need more privacy, freedom, and autonomy in the workplace. We also need to teach them how to work on their own. That's where deep thinkings come from. It means spending a little more time away from electronic devices and getting into your own head. Share your energy and joy with others. Why should introverts feel guilty about wanting to be alone sometimes? One answer lies in cultural history. Western society, especially in the United States, has always favored the doer over the thinker, doer over the thinker. Lazy is the man of action. However, in the early days of the US, there was a period of what is called the culture of character, in which the inner life and ethical integrity of the person were valued. He's a man who is humbled and not exalted as a cultivation of decency. In the 20th century, however, we entered a new era, which we call the culture of individuality. The agricultural economy gave way to an era of big business, and people moved from small towns to cities instead of working with people they had known since childhood. They now had to demonstrate their abilities in a group of strangers, and inevitably, qualities like charm and charisma suddenly became important. The role model there is an excellent salesman. That is the world we live in now. It is what we have inherited as our culture. The problem we face today as science and economics are so great and complex that they require many people working together to solve them. I'm saying that is if we give the introverts a little more freedom to be themselves, they are more likely to come up with their own solution to their problems.